What up, you awesome sus hackers? It's your boy, the humble hacker from Chi-Town, returning with another web vulnerability video here. And today, we are doing XXE. Not ready for XXS yet, but I am familiar with NXS, spelled INXS, a popular 80s band. So, what is XXE? Topic of today is XML external entity injection. So, essentially, what this is it allows us to interfere with the application's processing of XML data to perform whatever type of function. So, in summary, it's manipulation of an XML file that reads from a database to retrieve data that we're not supposed to. We create our overall payload with a baseline command that calls a baseline variable that in turn will issue a command to call another variable to pull what data that we assign it. Yes, it is confusing, I know, but we're going to simplify it. So when we are using burp, we can use it to filter for XML, and with whichever response that we get that has this in it, immediately test for XXE. So, how do we test for XXE? We have our baseline variable, our baseline command, with our baseline variable. What's in this baseline variable? Our entity here that has another variable, XXE, that issues a command, which is to call the system to pull a resource, which is this. Everything's going to start with our baseline. So before we even think about looking up or trying to throw in payloads, we need both of our baselines. We need to have this first, and we need our baseline. These are our defaults. Then we can start building this out afterwards. And we call our new variable here by issuing an ampersand prior, putting in our variable name, and ending it with a semicolon. And we place this in between a vulnerable node. Here we have stock check. So, without any further ado, let us begin. So, we have our lab here. Let's go into our BOIP. Use our advanced scope control, click add, go paste that deal. Go over to our proxy, and default, we always do this first, otherwise it's going to pick up every other piece of traffic that we don't want, right? So go back over to our intercept tab, turn on our foxy funky proxy punky, hit our refresh right here, and we are now capturing the request from this lab. Let's go ahead and forward that, close that, take that intercept off. Go ahead and pick a random item. Now we're going to turn our intercept back on. Go to check stock. And we have our response here. Let's put this in the repeater. And here's basically what we have. We have this by default. Good. This is our baseline. So what we're going to put in after this, we're going to put in our doc type here, our baseline variable, or baseline command with our baseline variable. Okay, sorry about that. Let's go ahead and keep it pushing. Let's put this right directly underneath it here. What are we supposed to do? Retrieve the contents of Etsy password. All right, so we're going to use this. We're going to create our entity, right? To create the variable. And the assignment of the variable is to tell the system to pull this file right here. So now that we have this, where do we put this at? Let's test it out. Let's remove this. Place our new variable here. So it can call, so once this runs, product ID, it'll see this command right here, it'll say, what the hell is this? Oh, you are this that is telling me to call this. All right, let's go ahead and hit send. And blammo. There we have. We now have the output of Etsy password. We do have our default error message and valid product ID, yes, but we're not pulling a product ID. We're pulling Etsy password. So that is our first lab here for XXE, exploiting XXE using external internet child. Woo! That was fast again. All right. So that was a fun one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I am Shad Ronan, and I am out. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for future content because I will be building out more of these things. You guys have a great Friday.